Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Siler Wealth Management video blog. Today is Super Tuesday, March 15th, and of course, you have a big primary election in 5 different states, and it's just craziness out there. I am actually, I'll be glad when this is all over with because my home phone is getting robocalled to death, and I thought that was illegal, but who knows? I guess it's they are all above the law. But anyway, go out and vote. You see, I did already. I have my little voting tag, so yes, I did vote. And I won't disclose who I voted for, but it's not somebody with great hair, that's for sure. Anyway, thanks for joining, and again, Siler Wealth Management video blog. Before we go any further, I want to remind everybody that tonight I have actually 1 spot left for women in investing. So if you want to come to my office tonight, it's a very small forum. We have 6 people, and we just go over a lot of things that are important to women. In fact, one of the most important things is that 80% of women out there feel totally unprepared for retirement, and that's interesting because the fact of the matter is that 10% or women are more likely to have 10% less in retirement funds than men, and a lot of that has to do with their aversion to risk. And risk is a critical part of your portfolio and portfolio management and style. So even in your 401k, you have to make that decision: how much risk am I willing to take? And that is really probably the most important part. And, you know, risk means a lot of things to a lot of different people, but, 57% of women versus 47% of men don't want to take any risk at all. And that could be a problem there. And that's probably why that women are going to have 10% less retirement funds. I mean, yes, women have a lot of challenges. We're going to address those tonight in my event. But one thing you look at is 21% of women versus 33% of men are willing to invest in the market because I believe that men, they probably believe they're more informed, but I have a lot of women clients that are very sharp and very knowledgeable about the markets. Now, 22% of women versus 34% of men are willing to take a little bit higher risk. So right there could be that 10%. And over time, 10% can be a lot of money, especially when you look at the facts that women are more likely to live 2 years longer than men. That's probably the average now. And I guess, when you look at that, say, okay, hey, I need 2 more years of that income. And depending on how you live now, you're going to need 70 to 80% of your living salary, of your pre-retired salary in retirement age. Now, risk is really means a lot to a lot of different people. And there are 3 different ways you can deal with risk. You can accept it, you can manage it, or you can transfer it. And that's what you do in your portfolio. But let me give you an example on how let's take your car, for example. On risk of your car, you can own a car and accept the risk. Say, hey, if I wreck my car, I'll just get another car. That's accepting the risk. Or you can manage it and say, okay, I have a car that I'm going to drive, but I'm going to keep my hands on 10 to 2, abide by all the rules, and hopefully I'm going to be okay. That's managing the risk. Or you can transfer the risk and you say, hey, I own a car, but I'm going to buy insurance. So it's the same thing in portfolio management. You can throw caution to the wind and say, I'm not worried about risk. Or you can say, well, I'm going to use these different assets to kind of manage that risk. Or you say, I want to make sure that I guarantee that I have a certain amount of money upon retirement. So there are a lot of different ways you can handle it. And that's what we're going to discuss tonight. The meeting starts at 6:30. Like I said, if we had to, we could fit 2 in. But you got to call my office, 407-831-8002, to make that reservation, okay? Because we're going to have other people coming in and calling later in the day. Let's talk about the markets, which, hanging in there. Not doing too bad. You have about 8 out of the last 10 days, the market's been up, and that's good. It seems to be a little contained here and a little bit treading water, and I think all eyes are on the Fed, which the Fed starts a meeting today, and tomorrow at 2 o'clock they'll decide their decision on interest rates. It is widely opinioned that the Fed will not raise rates tomorrow. They're probably going to wait till the April meeting and then maybe bump it 25 basis points. So, that's basically what we're seeing right now. Not a lot of news out there at this point. Beginning of April, you'll have earnings, and that will get things going once again. But again, like I talked to you earlier this month, March and April, typically pretty good months for the market. We're hanging in there. We do see a pullback today, and about 80 points on the Dow and a little bit on the S&P 500. Much needed. I think we need a little bit of backing and filling. So that's what we're looking to see. Also, a couple sectors I'm looking at. I really kind of am seeing a lot of money moving into the natural gas sector. Yes, energy's made their big move. We saw energy move about 30% in the last month or so. I'm starting to see that money flowing into natural gas. There are different ways to take advantage of that. We are looking to take positions in some natural gas into the portfolio. Again, small positions because we want to try and play those sectors where the smart money is moving towards. Also, I like, for income purposes, there are some really good opportunities in the apartment business. I think it's well documented that the millennials are not really in the house purchasing market. They want to live downtown, they want to live in apartments, they want to be able to be free, that hey, they're not tied to a mortgage, they can move from to another market if they choose to do so. So apartments are really under constructed in the last 5 years or so, and they generate huge amounts of cash. And for those of you looking for income in your portfolio, there's some really unique opportunities where you can get 6% on your money, and a pretty safe way to do it by owning these. And we have ways to do it. I'm not going to disclose them now because it's a long story. But I think apartment living is here to stay, and it's just going to get bigger over the next 5 years. And rents are going up, and that is what creates a great opportunity, and I think a pretty safe opportunity for income. This is not a huge growth prospect. It's for, hey, I want to make sure I get some cash flow. I need income now, or I need income later. Not a bad place to be. So, let's talk about that and see how it works into your portfolio. But I do like apartments. I do like natural gas, among other things. So anyway, thank you for joining me. I'm going to keep this short and sweet. Go out and vote. I don't care who you vote for. Just go out and vote. But I know we're all getting tired. I was watching MSNBC last night. It was absolutely torture. I'm one of these, I don't want way right or way left. I want somebody that if they're going to have a program and discuss politics, let's keep it even-keeled, have opinion on both sides, but don't give me one opinion or the other. I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat. I really could care less. But, keep it fair and balanced, as Fox says they are, but they're not either. So anyway, thanks for joining me. Please continue to share my videos, like my videos. I will draw for 2 cruises to the Bahamas for 2 for free. Just get paid port tax. That'll be on Thursday. I'll draw that. Also, call the office if you want to reserve those last spots for women and investing. I'll do this again in a few weeks or so, but it's a great event, and there'll be hors d'oeuvres and some wine served. In the meantime, thanks for joining me. Have a fantastic day, and I will talk to you on Thursday. Bye-bye.